Thanks for clicking on this. This is Just Beast Fitness. I'm your trainer Jasper Bravo. Today, guess what? We're training our chest. Yes, we want to have that big chest. But before that, of course, we have to pause, see the progress. Guys, you can see right now we are doing loading. You know that, right? This is a year of loading. That is bulking. And we planned to bulk for the whole year. But now there's a change of plans. We're going to bulk until August. Then after August, that is after 9th of August, we will change to cutting. And I'll give you guys the reasons for the changes. So you stick around to know why that. So first of all, now we have to see the progress, to see how we look, to see how we're moving. And you can see, I'm personally very impressed. And I still feel like we are not in such a caloric deficit, surplus I mean, because I'm not seeing really the fat, because I need to see some fat. Not that I want fat, really, I don't want to be fat. But you know, when you're bulking and you notice that you're very shredded, it's usually something that shows you that you're not having enough calories, and that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. What matters is you are making progress. That's what matters the most. We are making huge progress right now. We thank God for that, for the fact that we are able to come to the gym every single day. We get food to eat. We get good rest. We have no stress. We just have a little stress, which is good. You know, you need stress for you also to grow. There's a little bit of stress that, you know, if you listen to Huberman, you'll know that you need a little bit of stress for you to have even a good immunity system. You don't need to be purely stress-free. There are people who think that that is good, but that's not good at all. You need to have a little bit of stress. But now the problem comes in when the stress becomes too much. When it becomes too much now, it's a problem. Now, you can see how the striations are showing, but I can tell you guys right now, I don't know if you guys can see this, if you've been around with me for long, that the striations kind of are disappearing right now. I can see like around the chest area, I'm seeing the striations are disappearing, which is a good show. That shows that we are gaining weight. Now, as you guys always know, every single day we try to do either calves or biceps. We do that alternatively. That's a program I'm by the giving you guys, just in case you didn't know. You can always train your calves and biceps every other day and they'll still recover. Okay? Number 2, you can always train your triceps every single day and they'll still recover. Imagine. You can train your triceps every single day. And we try to do that. Personally, I try to train my triceps every single day. And guess which other body part you can train every single day and will still recover? Yes, your forearms. So you can always train your forearms and your triceps every single day. They'll still recover. Biceps every other day. Calves every other day. You don't need to wait for so long. Like you have to. So I see some people training their calves once per week, training their biceps once per week. They are leaving so much in the tank. Try to do that every other day and you'll see. And come and thank me later. You can come and thank me if you want to. If you don't want, it's okay. But thank God I helped you. Another thing I want to tell you is that now bigger muscles like the chest, the back, the legs, the glutes, those ones will need a longer time to recover. So maybe 3 days, 4 days. You see, that's why it's okay to train those other body parts twice or thrice, mainly twice per week or even thrice sometimes. It depends with how fast you recover, because also recovery depends on factors like how much sleep you get, how much food you get, and how old you are and how much stress you have. So which means the older you get, the longer it will take you to recover. Number 2, the less you eat, the longer it will take you to recover. The less you sleep, the longer it will take you to recover. I hope you get that. So we're still doing the calves. I think this is the second set of this weight and we are going for really high reps. Sometimes I try to mix up my calves workout, and today I'm just doing one workout for the calves, by the way. Today I'm going for the high reps. Sometimes I go for the low reps, and when I say low, I mean 8, at least 8 reps, because I don't do 2 reps, maybe on the day that I'm powerlifting. But on a regular day, I normally do what we call when I talk about low reps, it's just 8 reps, man. It's just 8 reps. And it goes lower than 8, I just reduce the weight. Because now that one doesn't, I don't like that, and I just try to do that to avoid injury. Now we're done with calves, by the way. We are jumping direct to the baby of the day, the main guest of the day, which is chest. So we start as usual. You have to warm your joints, warm your chest, warm your muscles. Why do you do that? Also, just to make sure that you avoid some injury. And also it's good also to prepare yourself mentally for whatever is about to come. And I think it's not easy for your body to just attack a heavy weight without some little bit of preparation for readiness. Now we start with the first set of the flat bench, and you can see we loaded 30 kgs on the bar, which makes it 50 kgs. You could be wondering, why is it so light? It's so light because I want to go for high reps. Okay, now somebody also will be wondering, why is this guy doing his bench press like this? Why is it so high up the neck? Because that's what works for me, you guy or you lady. That's what works for me. So I like it when I do, it's called neck press rather than bench press. I don't do bench press, I do neck press, unless it's on a powerlifting day. And I put the weight, when I bring the weight down, I make sure it's so much close to my neck or even on my neck. And I do that just to make sure that I stretch that muscle well. Now this is the second set, by the way. In case you're keen, in case you're watching, this is the second set. And the first set felt a little bit light. I went for about 25-30 reps, which is always good enough. We don't want to go for higher than that, because now that is not scientifically proven to help you grow. You need to go for, let's say 30 is good to be on the max, or 35. You don't need to go beyond that. If you can go beyond that with the weight, then the weight is just too light. Now we're done with the bar bench. Now we're going direct to flat dumbbell press. And I want you guys to realize today that we are not doing inclined presses. And guess what? Why that's happening? It's because we're changing our program, by the way. We changed our program. We've been concentrating on the inclined part, which means we've been concentrating on the upper chest for about 3 months, and we just felt that it was high time we gave the upper chest a break, let's say a month, then come back and hit it again. And I can advise you to try do that, apply that sometimes on your workouts. You hit a certain part that is lagging behind, then let's say you hit it for 2 months, then you rest, give it a rest for 1 month, just to at least come back stronger at it. You just don't want to do it over and over again throughout the year, because that's how you also hit a plateau. You need to give that muscle some time to rest, some time to recover, then you come and hit it harder next time, and that's how you make it grow. That's how you make it catch up with the rest of the parts. As you can see, we are making sure that making sure that each and every rep is close or even is at failure, because that's what matters. That's what we want. We always want to hit failure. There are some people who say that hitting failure all the time is not optimal. That's for them. For me, I always aim for failure in each and every set. I don't leave anything in the tank. I don't do that. When I do this set, I don't care about the next set. I see people saying that I need to do 10 so that I have energy for the next set. Personally, I don't give an F about the next set. When I'm doing this set, it's the only set that matters. When I'm doing this rep, it's the only rep that matters. I don't make the rep quick, easier, so that I have more energy to go for the next rep, because maybe I want to get to a certain number of reps. That is just ego training. People usually think that ego lifting is lifting heavy weights, but also ego lifting sometimes is trying to get to a rep that you can't get to, so you have to cheat in order to get to that. Now we go to the next workout, which is the flies. Flies are very awesome and important workouts, and in this one we are using the weight machine. This is a pec deck machine, and we use this machine because it helps tension to be high all the way until the end where the arms are locking together, because that's very important. Normally when you do the flies using the dumbbells, you notice that the tension ends at around 90 degrees of the shoulders, but this one, the tension is there all the way until the moment where you are squeezing your pecs together, and that is important. We want to be strong at each and every stage of the rep, because sometimes you find that if you only do the dumbbell flies, you'll be stronger at the beginning all the way, but when it comes to about 90 degrees and now trying to lock the arms together, you become weaker over there. And when you do this machine, sometimes you find people don't stretch the arm all out and they just get the tension on the top, so they become weaker on the lower part, which is not nice at all. So that is the second set. We're going for the third set, and as you can see, we're going to failure. We're controlling the weight as always to avoid injuries, and apart from that, to just engage the muscles. You know, when you go really slow, you really engage those muscles, but when you jump, poke the weight up and down, kind of, what happens, it's the joints and the tendons that connect the joints that do most of the work, and that's how you end up in situations like where the legend himself, Ronnie Coleman, got himself at getting injury after injury, getting surgery after surgery. Then you get yourself in a situation where now you work out to be stronger, but you're kind of disabled because you're on a wheelchair. It becomes counterintuitive because, come on, we work out so that we become as independent, as strong as possible. But imagine if wherever the journey you are following right now that is supposed to give you that gives you exact opposite, which is you become somebody who just can't walk, you become disabled. You know, that's not nice. That's not what you want. We want to do this. We just want to have a good time here, but also we want to have a long time. We don't want to do this, then when we get to 40s, we can't do it anymore. No, I want to do this to my 80s, to my 90s. I want to do this with my grandchildren. You know, I want to do this with my nieces and nephews and the children of my nieces and nephews. You know, and I can only do this to that age if I don't get myself into injury. So back to the workout. Right now we are doing this is called dips, and if you're keen, you notice that I go all the way down and I don't really complete up there, because when I complete up there, I notice that the triceps take over, and I usually do that mainly when I'm doing my triceps. But when I'm doing my chest, I just go all the way down and I make sure I stretch that pecs as much as possible, then I lift it up almost to 90 degrees, then I go all the way down. That's more important. And you can see sometimes, like right now, I'm getting lower, and it doesn't matter as long as I'm lifting myself a little bit. That's okay, because I'm concentrating on the chest, not the triceps. Then we go to the next workout, which is another form of flies, but now this is dumbbells inclined flies. And I know you'll be asking me, yes, Jasper, you told us that we are not going to do any inclined. Yes, I'm guilty. I lied, by the way, because personally also when I started this workout, I thought I was going to do that. Then I go to this spot, and because I'm so crazy and I love working out my upper chest so much, I couldn't fight the temptation, and I just chose to do it, by the way. And do we really care? Kwani, what will people do? Nobody will beat us. It's our body, and we train it the way we want. But no, so these are the things maybe I think you need to go through when you're trying to stop doing something you're used to doing. I'll try next time. I promise next workout I'll try to do my flies on a flat bench, but I'm not promising you that. So right now, this is another awesome workout for the chest, and when you're doing this workout, I just need you to keep this in mind. Stretch that pecs, really go down as low as possible, the way Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do it. Then you lift it up. This is a workout that I don't see people doing in the gym anymore. I don't know why. Maybe because people think it doesn't work. People just go to the gym, they do flat bench, incline bench, dumbbells, then the flying machine, then they think that's good enough. And make this workout great again. I'm just trying to tell you to do that, because this workout is just a good workout. Apart from the fact that it will help you grow, it's also very mentally tasking, and you want that so that you become a tough guy. You need to do tough things so that you become a tough guy. It's not an easy workout, and this helps you become stronger and tough mentally, because just controlling those reps, going all the way down and bring it all the way up. And as you can see, I'm not touching the dumbbells together. People usually do that. I don't do that, because when now you touch the dumbbells together up there, what will happen is that there will be no tension on the chest anymore. It allows your chest to rest, and that's not what I want. Personally, when I work out, I want the tension to be there throughout the movement, from the beginning all the way to the end, each and every rep counting. Because if I do some shallow reps and then I count that as a set, it will be a shitty, fast set, because you need awesome reps to make awesome sets, and you need the awesome sets to make an excellent workout. And that's what matters, man. I don't know if you guys are getting this. I don't know if this is helping in any way. If it does, can still like this video as we continue if you're enjoying what you're seeing right now, and you could also share it at the end of the video. But right now, don't share, just like, comment if you like such kind of videos, and tell me what you think. In the meantime, let's go back to the workout. And right now, this is another set. This, I think, is the third set. And if you guys are keen, you notice I don't use really heavy weight. This is 12.5 kgs. No, this is 15 kilograms. And I'm using this weight because it is the weight that I can easily handle. You know, not really, when I say easily, I don't mean easily. I mean, I can handle well. Because if it becomes higher than this, I will be cheating, and I don't want that. I want weight that will not also cause me injury, and I want a weight that is also challenging enough. That's why I'm not going to a lighter weight that will be just too easy. I don't want it easy. I want it hard, but I want it hard enough. I don't want it too hard. I don't know, that one sounds really sexual, but you know what I'm talking about, guys. No homo. So yeah, we just need to stretch that chest like that, get close enough, as close as possible to failure, because that really helps you grow. That's really challenging the muscle, also helps you become stronger. Now it's time to check the pump, and you can see the chest is fully pumped. You can see the guy behind me kind of trying to check me out, and yeah, I can see him. He's trying not to, but the camera is showing that. Ooh, look at that chest. You can see how awesome it looks, how freaky. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. How freaky that chest looks. By the way, I like looking freaky. I'm a very nice person, but I like looking freaky. I like looking mean. You see, yeah, now you can see that tricep, how it's also looking mean. Yes, and you can see the shoulders too. And anytime I train my chest, I like the way my shoulders look. My shoulders tend to be so pumped after I'm just done with my chest. In fact, one of my favorite days to pose normally is my chest day, because chest day just tend to hit every part of my upper body, and that is so beautiful. All guys, don't you love what you're seeing right now? If you don't know, maybe if you don't like what you're seeing, either because you're used to seeing very crazy bodies, or maybe you just hate me so much, or you're jealous, which is good. Being jealous of me is a good thing, because you know, jealousy is a hidden admiration. And when you admire me, it's a good thing, because it proves to you that maybe you could be like me. Maybe you're jealous of me because you want to look like me, or you're thinking like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm supposed to look this way. And that's a good thing. If you feel that way, that burning desire is what you need for you to go start working out. I don't care how I'm inspiring you, whether it's in a negative way or a positive way, as long as it makes you do something that is good, as long as it makes you improve yourself, that's what matters. So if I'm going to inspire you by hating me or by liking me, it doesn't really matter so much. But of course, I would prefer it be by you liking me. So like this video if you like me, and let me see you in the next one.